up in your blood, and it's apparently 1 in 5 million people that get it, mostly people of color. I'm not really sure why, but it doesn't show up in my blood. I was always getting checkups, regularly, which I think is recommended to anybody. Once you get over 40, you should get a regular checkup, because you might look great and feel good, but something can be going wrong inside, and the only way you're going to find it is going to the doctors. So anyway, I've been having regular checkups and never had any issues. I went shopping here as the one day, and I took a taxi home. When I got up to get out of the taxi, I collapsed. I felt like something snapped in my lower back. Yeah. Didn't fall to the ground because I had my hand where you put the money for the black taxi, so it kind of bared me up. So I left the bags, got out the cab, picked them up, put them on the sidewalk, and thought to myself, what the hell was that? Because I really felt like something broke in my lower back. But anyway, didn't feel any more pain. Picked up the bags, walked up 2 floors, felt a bit sore but no pain. Put the shopping away, and seemed okay that night. Next morning, I couldn't even lift my head up. Any movement, I felt like, only way to explain it, like if you can imagine a needle that's so close, I felt like about 100 of them sticking me in this one place in my back where I felt the thing the day before. So I called the doctor and explained to them what was going on. They sent me some thing to rub on there, some painkiller, and thought, you pull some muscle or something will go away. It got worse. As far as I'm concerned, it seemed to make it worse. So I called back the same day, and they gave me another pharmacy to call. Anyway, that didn't work out. Called again the next morning. I spoke to my doctor, and he sent me like a mixture of tablets. I explained that the one that I got didn't work, and then after I took them, about 25-30 minutes later, the pain was gone. I was able to move. That went on for 5 days. I took them twice a day. I was able to take them 4 times a day, but I thought I wouldn't take them that much because he said they were very, could be very addictive and causes constipation. So I thought, try twice a day. The pain wasn't there, so I took them for 5 days, and I called the doctor, said I want to come get a checkup. Went and had a checkup. He physically checked me from head to toe, twist me this way, that way, no pain. Fine. So I was back at home, everything normal for like 3 weeks, and then the pain come back. And next thing I knew, I was in bed, couldn't move. I had to get an ambulance, which took, at that time, when they were having these real problems, like 12 hours. I was laying there, half off the bed, half on the, because they were trying to put me in a wheelchair, and I was in so much pain, I couldn't move from the bed to the wheelchair. It was that bad. Ambulance came eventually. I went to the hospital here, what they call it, Liverpool University. I was in the queue for all night to see the doctor. Next day, they rushed me to do X-ray, and that night, I was rushed to a hospital to get emergency spinal operation. Because they showed me the X-ray, and my 2 lower vertebrae were cracked from top to bottom, and they were about to start cutting my nerve, which means I would be crippled. I'm not even supposed to be walking today. Anyway, I had the operation, and after about 9 days, I had to try to walk. And my first day trying to walk, I couldn't move my legs, because I wasn't able to sit up for about 8 days. I was just laying in bed. They couldn't even raise the bed. The pain was so much in my back. Anyway, after like 10 days, I stood up with 2 physiotherapists, and they said, try to walk. I couldn't move, my legs couldn't move. But they said, that's because you've been laying down for so long. And anyway, I tried the next day, and eventually after a couple of days, I was walking in the hospital. I think I stayed there for just over 2 weeks. Then I was transferred to a home to physical therapy, where they would make me walk every day, and I eventually got a cane in the hospital. But by the time I got home, which was about 3 weeks, 3 weeks later or something, I can't remember exactly, I was able to walk without support, and I've just been, getting better and better and better. So I did chemotherapy. They told me there was 3 stages of chemotherapy. I actually went and got a second opinion because I thought, I'm not doing no chemotherapy. Because I'm a natural medication person. Yeah, I've been vegan for 47 years. Don't take pharmaceutical medicine. Never had any issues to take it anyway. So I was like, I'm not doing chemotherapy. Because, all my memories, of chemo, and what I knew about it was nothing good, right? So anyway, I have a friend who, I call him, what he does is he connects people with chronic diseases to doctors who do natural healing, you know. And I always talk to him before I do anything. So he referred me to a person who he knew had multiple myeloma at 28. This is a person who's like a young, obviously a young man. And usually this disease attacks you in your late 60s and 70s. It's not a young person's disease. Anyway, he had it at 28. I was fighting it for like 5-6 years. So I spoke to him, and I explained to him about the choices I had, because they told me there's light chemo, middle chemo, and heavy duty. So the heavy duty one I was not going to do anyway. And he said to me, the light one was good. He did it. It's an injection in your stomach, like, you know, a light injection. So I went to get a second opinion, and the doctor told me, look, because let me just backtrack a little bit. Yeah, what they found when I went to have the operation, and the doctors, after the next day I had a team of doctors. I forget the name of this hospital. Sorry, I'm not really from here, so some of these names I can't remember. Anyway, they said to me, have you had a big fall lately? Like, have you fallen lately? I said, no, I mean, not for years. I can't remember falling. They said, because the way your bones fractured, it's like you fell somewhere. I said, no. And so they took some bone specimen, some specimen from a prostate, did some check. They came back and told me a week later. I was seeing them every day. They would come around every day and speak to me, that everything was positive. And they said to me, they didn't tell me I had any cancer. They said to me, you had a little problem. You're just going to have one treatment of radiotherapy and you'll be fine. I'm like, okay. But while I was in hospital,